Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of RimWorld. In the last episode, we opened this area up and there were some pretty nasty scythers and centipede beastie things and all kinds of horrible stuff, really. Right, let's actually have a look at what's going on. You're feeding a simple meal to Sky. Let's move things on. So I set everyone on joy for the moment because they deserved a day of celebration after that massive and pretty epic victory. We're going to put them back to doing work in a moment, but generally speaking, they do go around and do things anyway. It's just it's not always specifically as prioritized as you'd like. So these guys are now doing some hauling, and you're resting, and yeah. It's not bad. Are you actually just eating? Yes, you are. There's a lot of outstanding tasks that we've got to do. Smelting, getting our steel reserves up so that we can start building proper defensive turrets and things like that. And there's a flash storm, which is not cool. Now that area there is going to actually stop this coming across and hitting us, but it's still something that we need to watch out for. It's been a while since we've had in fact, animals are getting burnt alive. Well, I guess that means we're not going to be hunting the boom rat. The poor critters. Yeah. We're just going to leave it, and then maybe we'll be able to salvage something from it at the very, very end. So repairs from the raccoon raid have gone quite well. Our food supplies are looking alright, 170, and we've got a lot of meat ready to be carved up from all the various hunting bits that we've had going on. We've also got our comm station for talking to people, although it turns out it's really expensive to try and do anything, apparently. And it looks like our new recruit Casper is quite happily digging into the compacted steel over here, which is very good for us. Alright, Latchy, how are you feeling? 5 days until you're no longer unhappy. I think keeping everyone on general joy is going to be the right thing to do for now. And we can switch them back to a work regimen in a short period of time. Once Pan's done with this, though, we're going to get more smelting done. Get that smelting ticked off. For as many things as there are around. It's nice to see we've got some stockpile space as well. And apparently, the alpacas can get sheared. That's pretty cool. Still a couple more bits to do. We're going to take Pan off prioritizing after this one. Because we do want Pan to be able to sleep, of course. Man, those mechanoid corpses are weird as all hell. I wonder, can anyone actually... No. So, it could be buried, but it can't be cremated, I don't think. As soon as you're done with that, Pan, you can go to bed. So if you remember before, we had the cold snap and then we hit winter. The cold snap has passed now, but we still don't have anything that can be growing, so people are making do with what they can elsewhere. Also, that electric smelter has drained a hell of a lot of power. I mean, we could let's get the power sharing going between the various base bits. At least until the batteries are a bit more balanced. Yeah, it's nice and warm inside. Having these the 4 heaters rather than just the 2 is definitely the right thing to do. What blood is that? Blood of a drum? Oh yeah, because the dromedary was healing up. Well, hopefully someone will get on. Is there any dirt in here? No, there isn't. Oh, there is a bit. Yeah, get that cleaned first and then go back to cooking. I do like that there's just a little bit of micromanagement and a lot of macro management that goes on in this game. It is incredibly fun. There's been a couple of recommendations for different mods that I can get that will improve the gaming experience, such as being able to prioritize hauling specific items and things like that. None of them seem to drastically change the game itself. They just add little bits to the user interface. So I might look into some of those in the future. We've got buffalo wool as well. Oh, it's a baby alpaca. Right, research. We're going for wake up production. As this area is getting cleared, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct that and we'll get a steel one in there. And I'm going to stick a door in up here, actually. Right, we'll do 2 doors there. And we'll also get a light in here. Two lights in here. This is going to be our drug production area, so this is where pretty much all the medicines are going to end up being stored. No, actually, medicines are going to stay stored up in the freezer. That's the sensible place for them. But this is where they're all going to get produced, at least. So we should probably actually specify an area for... Let's change this off smoke leaf into... Well, we could do psychoids, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. As far as wood goes, we've got 1,284, so we still have plenty of that. Now, is this steel going to go immediately towards making this wall, or are they going to do something else with it? They're going to do something else with it. There we go. Casper is put just about the right amount down there. We just need someone, there we go, to finish it off. I am really kind of worried about what might be in these. Let's open one. And we'll be prepared. No, let's not open it. Let's... draft everyone back down into here. We'll line them all up against this... this wall. Then we'll undraft you and say open. Damn it, I thought Haxton was already here. Okay, well, we'll go a little bit slower. Ah, well, there's a dead broker. And a scientist... Oh, have they all opened? Ah, they've all opened. Mwah. They've got gold. They've got components. Well, we need components. We need... I suppose we need gold. Alright, let's undraft everyone. No, we wanted them undraft. Undrafted, I should say. Yeah, we may as well strip the bodies. Yeah, everyone here, come see these dead bodies with slime and Christ. I suppose there's a chance that they might have been alive. Jeez, that's probably going to put everyone in a terrible mood. Han, you're consuming a meal as soon as you're done with that. Playing horseshoes. Nope. Go do some smelting. Well, these can be, yeah, well, we'll claim these. I think cryosleep containers can be used for making sure that people don't die of a disease while you're working on medicine or something like that. Alright, let's get the next bit of research going. Ark, before you rest, do you want to just do a little bit of cleaning, please? Yeah, and doesn't need to be much, just a little bit because, you know, there's blood and vomit and everything nearby. I might put some more doors in along here just to make the flow through a bit more logical. The difficulty is if I do that, then these people are going to have folk just running straight through their rooms all the time. Alright, food is down to 154, but we've still got plenty to go. Yeah, give Sky some milk. Curses. Alright. So everyone's had a mostly joyful time. Why is Pan not happy at the moment? Still unhappy that Des died, but generally it's just awful bedroom and ugly environment. That's alright. We can deal with that. So, ooh. Okay, so we can tell people specific outfits and stuff. I didn't actually think about that. Yeah, clear forced, so that they can wear whatever they want. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we'll keep those policies. But being able to specify soldier and worker outfits is a very, very good thing. Especially as your colony gets bigger, I can see how that would be incredibly useful. Right, our new bedrooms are habitable. And this one still needs a little bit of finishing off, but generally speaking, that is damn good. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to prioritize the cremation next. Thank you. So yeah, psychic shock lances and psychic insanity lances. That is very interesting. I'm assuming that we'd have to take them on a raid and like drive someone insane at the time. Well, we've got a couple of extra components, so I'm sure one will go into fixing that. There we go. Alright, more research is done. Let's get going on hydroponics. And actually, let's have a look at power. So power comes down around there. Let's designate that for switching again. This for switching. All these we will claim. That'll keep people trying to keep it clean. In fact, where is the home area? We'll expand that as well there. Okay, right, so production. We'll go for a drug lab just in here. I think also we may as well have this as the fermenting place. We'll have a couple of those across the back. We'll need a brewery, I'm assuming, to go with it. Bad temperature, we can get a heater in here as well. It is going to be running off the wrong power connector, but actually what we can do is, where is power? We can run this across this way and then down here. Actually is, of course, still unhappy. Going around tidying up as much as possible. It would be nice to be able to recruit Sky, because at the moment Sky is 83%, is building up a rapport, but they're taking up food. And while they've got all these wonderful skills, they're not being put to use, so they are ticking down over time. So they're becoming less useful to us. We can, of course, turn them into a heal bot. Sorry, not a heal bot, a clean bot when we get them. But I want them to be doing something practical. Right, so our factions menu. These guys like us, these guys like us, these guys not so much. Wow, everyone's enemies of everyone pretty much. Oh, one of the alpacas has been named Anais. Alright, well, we'll get Anais trained. Clean up some of the vomit and maybe the place will look a little bit nicer. Hydroponics is being finished. Let's go on to refining. Now these are all things that I could have been experimenting with as time went on. I see. Temperatures for fermenting. Yeah, so hydroponics and stuff, they're things that I could have been experimenting with. I could like roof over this entire area and irrigate it and stuff like that. But at this stage, I've got a solution for growing food which does work, even if we're in the middle of winter at the moment. It's not going to be worth the time investment, I think, to get it changed over now. Whereas if I'd started and gone straight for hydroponics, then maybe that would have been practical. Right, let's put people back to work. I think they've had plenty of pleasure time. It's been days, I tell you. What I will do is I will mix it up just a little bit like that. There we go. Yeah, make... In fact, do until you've got 20 wart. So that does need hops. Do until you've got 50. We've got hops that will be planted there. We don't have any at the moment, so that's pretty much going to be a moot point. The drug lab's going to be an interesting one. It does need a hell of a lot of components, though. So, like these, it's going to be a while before we actually see that come to fruition. Now, is there any spaceships or anything that we could deconstruct for component parts? We could find compacted machinery while mining. That's always a chance, but I don't think that there's going to be much. Casper, can you prioritize mining that gold? Because I like gold. There's some compacted machinery. Let's get a little bit more of that mined out. Any more for any more? I don't see any, so that might be the last quick bits. As soon as he's done with the gold up there, we'll get on that. Casper, where are you? Building a power conduit. That's not what I told you to do. I told you to prioritize this. Now you're digging at compacted machinery. That's fine. I'll let you do that. Oh wait, don't rest. Don't consume a simple meal. You're going to get this one done. Right. So we've got a couple of components at least. Geez, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. I suppose it is late. It's a nice little lab coming up down here. Wonder if you could store prisoners in there and then sell them, you know, so they didn't take food. Not looking at anyone in particular, Sky, but it could happen to you. Please don't wreck the entire place while doing hunting. Oh my god. Guys, you're terrible at this. I'm literally the worst. I'm not surprised it's fleeing. That was like the worst hunt. It's not fleeing anymore, but it's gonna bleed to death, which is fine. It's not exactly what I wanted, but struck more compacted machinery. No, that's the bit that we already knew about. Ha! I'm not doing very well at this whole component malarkey. Still, we've nearly finished laying all of our tiles along there. Actually, we can... I don't think there's any more slag bits. Let's... Where is Pan? There might be. There might be some dotted around. Right, refining makes chem fuel. We'll research auto doors next. Might give us a nice little upgrade. And then, I think, while this area is lovely, the further along our technology gets, the more I feel we should move somewhere and start building like a massive steel fortress for people to live. Right, we've got a raid coming in. That's not good. So this needs... Wow. 70 gold, plasteel, silver, steel, or uranium, 2 components, and 5 plastic. Yeah, that's... That's going to take us a while. So, from the Bring of the Messer, tribes people, they're going to come in from the south. Yeah, we can just get everyone to wait for them and murder them as they come on up. Pan, you can go over that side. You can go over that side. Stephen, you can go to there. Kit, you can come down here. Really should turn off that smelter when it's not in use. And I should connect that back up. Let's do that. And we will do that. Already got eyes on that. That's really good. Hey! You shot an eye! Okay, so Kaspera has been shot, but these guys are very running away. Dead, and fleeing. Right, undraft. How are you doing, Casper? Oh, his arm's been cut off. Jeez. Alright. Well, that's gonna make, like, manipulation and he's gonna be the worst miner ever. I hope he wasn't right-handed. How's the eye doing? Not too bad. Right, so for this down here, we'll unforbid all the weapons. Strip you because you're dead. Strip you because you're dead. You're downed. We could rescue you. You're dead. Right, so you... Death in 6.5 hours. You're a reasonable person. Chemical fascination, though. You know what? Let's strip you before you die. And Kit, we're going to have to get you looking after Casper. You can't possibly be okay. Or was your arm cut off before you got to us? I mean, that's an entire possibility. Slowly bleeding to death. My rival sea lion died. Why are the alpacas being fed simple meals? Do we not have, where is it we made kibble before? I completely forget. No, it's here. We've already got it in the bill. That's why we can't do it. Yes, so why is this not going? Because we need raw meat and plants. And we don't have any plants at the moment. That's okay. So we're feeding them regular meals. It's not going to be too long until we make it through to the start of the new year. There is a lot of hauling to do. Good job, Ark. I mean, that's not a fun job for anyone to have to do. Auto deals are done. Let's start looking at explosive IEDs. Improvised explosive device-based traps from mortar shells. I mean, we could research mortars, which would be fun, you know, build a little mortar station. Yeah, let's do that. We could build a little mortar station and just take pot shots at people if they come and try and attack us. Yay, Anaya's fully healed. There's more compacted machinery up here. Alright, your tuck is falling apart a little bit. Let's queue up some more. In fact, we could just queue up some more clothes in general. Now, that vomit in there is only because we don't care enough to clean it. That's really what it comes down to. We've got a room all ready for you down here. You could have your own place away from the rest of the colony until you integrate, but... Ah, Anaya's pregnant. Wait, that was a hell of a nuzzle. Well, there is a baby alpaca around, of course. Is that more compacted machinery? Yes, it is. Let's designate those for mining as well. Yeah, Hammer is not as good at mining, whereas Casper seems to have ADHD and just be running around all over the place. Yeah, we'll get some of that vomit cleaned up in a moment. Haxton, what are you doing now? No, stop doing that. Do some cleaning. Just makes things a little bit nicer for everyone. Especially when there's so much blood around here. Oh! It looks like things are warming up a little bit. The grasses start shining through. And they are not doing very well at the whole not giving each other food poisoning, are they? Prioritize cleaning the dirt first. You know, don't cook in the dirty kitchen. Wow, when Art goes cleaning, Art goes cleaning. Are we down to 31? Oh dear, right, okay. So animals, let's butcher these two. And I'll look at what else we can do for hunting. Obviously, we don't want to go after the grizzly unless we absolutely have to, but as long as there's a couple of things we can hunt, then we should be fine until the new year. Yeah, bloodstains where all the animals that we were going to hunt burned to death. I forgot about that. We'll get these all designated, at least. Hell, even the boom rat. Not the bear, though. As much as I think that we would be able to take it down, we'd need to go in with a proper team. Yeah, our food supplies are actually pretty damn low. It doesn't help when the entire areas become frozen and... Ooh. Local turkey has gone mad. Well, let's designate it for hunting. Casper, Pan. Let's draft you both. And I think we'll draft Steven as well. Oh my god, you shot him in the head. I just watched you do that. Left leg's being shot off. That wasn't right now. Right ear's been shot off, though. Jesus Christ, Stephen. Aww. Sometimes it's necessary. Necessary to ensure people can eat. Solar generator is broken down. That's not too bad. We've got lots. Ah, cool. Pan is throwing a party for everyone. That'd be nice, as long as people keep working. Local wild boar. This is not one we've got designated for hunting. Let's designate that there. That is actually coming in quite quickly. Let's draft you, pull you back. Pan, I know it went so well last time. We'll draft you and we'll pull you over here. Who else have we got? Ark, we can draft you. We'll bring you down. Pan is supposedly fully healed. This I do not believe. Cool. Good job, guys. Steven, yeah, we're not trusting you to do anything like that. Though you are going to hunt a boom rat, so maybe you'll end up setting fire to the bear. Who knows? Who knows? I think that actually will set fire to the bear. He's actually hunting Steven because Steven's got the boom rat. Okay. Let's bring everyone down. So, draft. Casper, you can actually make it to this side. Steven, you can make it to here. Pan, you're next in. Haxton. Lachi. Kit. Everyone kill the grizzly bear. Cool. Good job, everyone. That will feed us for quite a while. And Grunt was okay. A little bit of repair, a little bit of hauling. You know what? Before you go out and prioritize hauling that grizzly bear before it decays, please. We may have gotten past our immediate food issues, but we still have food issues. I'm not sure if Casper's actually the right person to be doing that, but you know, he's enthusiastic at least. The important thing is the colony is surviving. Actually, Pan, what are you doing? You're going to pray. Let's call the Intel. They quite like us, so... So the more they like us, the less a trade caravan costs, or maybe it's based on the time of year. That's interesting. I think for this... Ooh. Fire just there, that's fine. We will take off silver and gold. And jade. We'll take off all the precious stuff, actually. So that will get hauled around. In fact, copy, because we're going to need to do it on each of these. It's a shame you can't just restrict it to ones in, like, a certain area. Still, very easy to do with keyboard shortcuts. There we go. Yeah, if the orbital trade beacons are limited to whatever is in within the radius of it, and we could do some shelving and stuff up here, I suppose. That could work. I'm actually tempted to do a nice floor up here. So let's have a look and see what our options are. Concrete takes steel. Paved tiles take steel. Yeah, there's a lot of steel that needs to be done. What have we got? We've got granite blocks. Yeah, we could do granite blocks up here. That's not bad. So granite flagstones. Oh, proper granite tiles. Let's go proper granite tiles. We're going to need more granite. we've got a lot of granite. We're just going to need more granite blocks, really. But it will all look better, at least. Hey, it's even got another boom rat and only a minor fire risk. Looks like the rain is putting it out though, so that's okay. And we're going to get some boom rat leather from it as well. Alright, well, that's probably a good point for me to finish that episode. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know what we're going to do in the future. We may end up building like a military defense mortar base area or something like that. Ooh, pirate merchants, just what I needed. But we're going to be carrying on next time with RimWorld, so I will see you soon.